Hey, this is game 2. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm not playing this game.
Oh.
So.
Well, who is playing this game?
This guy over here.
This guy
with his little. What is that? Volcom shirt?
I don't know where that guy is.
So.
The Eldar player is nowhere to be seen. So we'll go over here. Start with Tal. All right, shut up, people. Filming now.
So, since I am going to the LVO in February,
LVO.
We are playing LVO mission. We rolled number 2.
Yep.
And
people don't know what that is, so here I'll show it.
Yeah.
This is you're not going to be able to read all this, but
so it's a modified Persian alien,
basically.
So we're just going to be trying to kill each other, and then we have some secondary maelstrom. And what else?
Oh, we didn't do drawing tacos yet.
No, we will do that.
So yeah, if you want to know what this mission is, just pause the screen here. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Basically, the setup is purge the alien, but we have
the secondaries.
Yeah, and 3 objectives on the table. 1 in the direct center, right there, and then one right here, there,
and then 1 over in this corner,
and then 1 over yonder.
Right.
So yeah, we place those. You place your opponent's objective in their deployment zone. So that was exciting. Yeah.
And I'll just go over my list real quick.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got the Tau Firebase cadre.
That's this thing, right?
Yeah. So that's I got 3 rail rifles.
Yeah.
Sweet.
3 rolls of 14.
I got a Riptide, and then I got 3 missile sides. Boner parts. I've got mini squad of fire warriors here.
6 dudes.
They're gonna try to run out, grab that objective. And I've got 4 pathfinders up there, trying to get marker lights on stuff.
They're just finding the path. Just trying to find it.
And then I've got 6 fire warriors hiding behind this building, hoping to, run out whenever it's handy to grab this objective right here.
This one over here.
And in reserve, I've got a commander with all the goodies,
which is over here. Gimme.
So commander
Opron.
No weapons. It's got the Batman utility belt, all that good stuff. 6 gun drones. I've got so I've got 1 crisis guy with 2 fusion blasters and a target lock, and then I've got 2 other guys with a double burst cannon. And
they're gonna come in.
So for our campaign rules, since I'm at a deficit for territories, I get to choose 2 bonuses.
Correct.
One of my territories gives one of my units poison, so I'm going to put that on this unit.
This unit here.
So these guys have poison attacks.
Ebola specifically.
I'm actually learning this as he's saying it, so I did not know that.
Yeah.
Scary.
And my other campaign bonus is I get to choose an extra warlord trait. So I'm choosing the one that allows the commander to deep strike without scattering.
Right. And that's you can find those again at baphometsector.com right there. Woo!
Yeah.
There we go. So those are the well, you can't find the actual.
And then my regular warlord trait is +1 to seize the initiative and +1 to reserve rolls.
Yes. So these guys are pretty BA.
On a 2+.
Yep.
Yeah. That's money.
Maybe.
They've got bachelor degrees in kicking asses from space.
From fucking mothers.
All right, so Eldar, that's me. I gotta film my own game. What is this? Amateur hour? All right, here we go. This works.
All right. Hey everybody, this is Matt Bombard.
It's me, your lovely host.
He's playing some Eandon Eldar.
I am. I'm playing. I know it's a shock to everybody.
Yeah, I have to say, this is a great looking army.
It's pretty sexy, especially this thing here.
Yeah, look at this. Holy shit, man! Who painted that?
And this guy too.
What the fuck? Seriously?
Yeah.
A human being painted that?
Those. I know. It looks like it was done by a machine.
That's amazing.
Perhaps a slightly mentally retarded machine.
Holy crap. That's inflammatory.
Yeah,
That's
the
inflammatory.
deficit is real.
Yeah.
Ebola.
By the way, all joking aside, the guy behind the camera painted those things, so there's that. Yeah, so let's get started here. Let's eat dessert first.
The myth, the man, the legend, the Wraith Knight.
Brian the Wraith Knight. Here you go. He's actually incorrect again, like last month. I keep forgetting my magnetized parts. He does have magnetized parts. I just always forget to bring them.
There you go.
He's got the default loadout for this game today, which is the 2 heavy Wraith cannons. And so he doesn't have the stun cannon and shield.
So use your imagination, kids.
Use your imagination.
All right.
We have Spirit Seer down here.
Chilling.
Just chillaxing down there. He's hiding
Right.
like a good Eldar. This is my Farseer. He's hanging out with a single Warlock who's also proxy because I don't have a Warlock model yet. He's coming,
Good enough.
but good enough. He's pretty close to what a Warlock would look like on a bike. And then we have, in this Wave Serpent, we have 5 Dire Avengers by themselves, just chilling out.
Okay. That's
Hoping to
just
do
gonna
something.
die.
Yeah, probably just gonna explode immediately on turn 1. And then in the sexy Wave Serpent, we have the sexy Wraith Guard, which was also painted by the guy behind the camera.
Alright.
They're hanging out in there with another Spirit Seer.
That's just gonna die too.
They're all gonna just die on turn 1. It's gonna be a 3-minute game.
You only got 2
Alright.
dick ships?
We only have 2 Wave Serpents today. Yeah.
Dick ships.
Oh, the bikes?
Yes.
Correct.
Sure.
Only 2.
Whatever.
That's all I need.
Yeah, okay.
And that's it.
Alright, so.
Oh, and actually, let's do some traveling. Let's go on a field trip.
Yeah, you got some stuff in reserves or your. Oh, psychic powers. Alright.
Yeah. So I know a lot of this doesn't make any sense, but the 2 yellow dice are the Spirit Seer with the accompanying the Wraith Knight. He's got mental fortitude and invisibility. The Spirit Seer inside of the Wave Serpent with the Wraith Guard have the hallucination and invisibility. Got lucky rolling that. And then the Farseer has, and they all have the Primaris. And then the Farseer has not invisibility.
I thought you had to get a certain amount of wounds.
So these 3 right here, hallucination, terrified, mental fortitude. That's the Farseer. And then the Warlock on the bike have these 2. The Primaris, conceal, reveal, and enhanced strength.
Okay, so me as a Tau player, and I'm gonna have to watch my butthole.
Correct.
Because there's lots of psychic things that can screw me right
And
here.
besides that, like gauntlet thing, you don't have a whole lot to stop me.
Yeah, you have
No,
to
I
watch
don't.
your butthole for a psychic enema. The psychic enema. That's
Those,
right.
those are nasty.
Yes.
You don't want to mess with that. Oh, and then my Warlord trait on Brian here is the I can't remember what it's called, but it's he has hatred, so that's cool.
Okay, so this is your Warlord.
That's my Warlord.
Alright.
He's also gonna die on turn 1.
Bombard is going first unless I steal the initiative.
Yeah, do it up.
Which I do on a 5+. Actually, give me a blue one and it'll show up better. Alright, here we go.
Give him the initiative.
5 up.
1, 2.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not be seizing.
Eldar don't want none of it.
Okay.
It's also night fighting.
It is night fighting. Alright, we'll see you guys at the end of Bombard's turn 1.
It was a huge. Well, did you just film like the cabinet?
No,
I think.
I'm filming you.
By the way, these Space Marines are up for sale on eBay.
Wow.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Some shameless plug.
Wow.
yeah. The paint pro painted here along with this drop pod.
I must say,
Sexy.
these are some of the best looking Space Marines I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're on sale.
In my professional career, I gotta say, is in my opinion, these are amazing.
That's right.
Anyone that doesn't want to buy these is just a jackhole.
Jack. Anyways, there you go. Shameless plug.
All right.
All right, John Madden. Let's get back to this.
Okay.
Okay, so it was actually a fairly decent start for my first turn, even though I made a pretty critical error. We'll get to that. For movement, I moved the Wraith Knight up. Bink. His 12 inches, he needs to get into the thick of it.
That's what she said.
I moved my Spirit Seer over here to be peeping out the window, watching his back.
Oh snap! I see him.
Yeah, he's hanging out.
Okay.
He's peeping out there. We moved the Wave Serpents up a little bit to kind of get a beat on the fire base. Yeah, it was just the Wave Serpents for now. we actually rolled for mysterious objectives. Not entirely sure if LVO uses them, but we rolled for mysterious anyway.
We'll find out in February.
Yep, rolled the 4, which is the reroll ones to hit. And then we went directly to the shooting phase because
this guy,
yeah.
Brian Cook.
I didn't. Whoa, last
Yeah, just bleep that out.
Cook with C-O-O-K.
Yeah.
His cell phone number
Spelled C-O-C-K.
C-O-C-K. Yeah.
Sherman.
Right. Okay, insane.
Sounds coach.
Anyway, that guy farted.
Yeah. He staked up this whole area, this section here, and I was about to roll my psychic phase, and then he pushed me to this side of the table.
And you were so disoriented.
I was.
From the methane fumes.
That I was just like, my mind, it was kind of like Shadow in the Warp, really. Where I was just like, what? I'm going to go straight to shooting.
Yeah.
And then I started firing at things, and I forgot my entire psychic phase, which at 11:25, this list kind of lives and dies with the psychic phase.
Well, I'm glad I fart my ass ruined the Eldar's nefarious plan.
Thank you, Brian's asshole.
That's Black Templar. That's a Black Templar defense mechanism. We hate psychers, so we fart.
Yeah, and they forget they forget rules, and they're like, how'd that incantation go?
I don't know.
I don't know what math is anymore.
It just smells like dirty, baby. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, we went straight to shooting. However, even with the big kind of drawback in the psychic phase, we went to shooting and actually still got some work done. This wave serpent, we fired at the Pathfinders, killed 3 out of 4 of them.
3 out of 4.
Yeah. This wave serpent shot at the broadsides. Actually, put a wound on one of them.
There's a wound right there.
Yeah. They did take their pinning test from that, but passed it.
They're okay.
And then the Wraith Knight shot at the other broadside unit.
Yeah.
And instantly killed another guy.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
And so with that being said, we assault moved back, and then it went to the end of the turn where we are now, and Matthew has to roll some saves.
Okay, gonna roll leadership for the Pathfinders. Leadership 7.
They're good. With a 5.
And they're good. Okay. And now broadsides. Leadership 8.
This is the one I want to fail.
All right.
Oh,
and
they
they
do.
certainly do fail. That's extremely bad.
That's a big deal.
It's extremely bad. They fall back 2d6.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so 8
inches.
So they are gone, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, broadsides. You got to do nothing this turn, this game. Putting you back in your box.
They get to go home early and see their wives.
Yeah.
Or husbands, I guess.
So, anyway, this is very,
I'm sorry.
very good.
To add insult to injury, I'm making him film himself.
Yeah. Very good first turn for the Eldar.
Wow. I got excited.
Okay, we finally finished turn 1.
We did.
So let's see what happened. You guys got to see the broadsides run off the table. That was good times.
First row. First row experience.
These guys moved up.
Front row, I guess, is the actual term for
6 inches.
First row, whatever.
Heading towards the center objective.
Yeah, so they were here and they rolled like a boss and
So good for them.
and out into the street.
Pathfinders stayed put.
You mean Pathfinder?
Pathfinder. Let's see what else. Broadsides didn't move. Riptide came out here to get a bead on the wave serpent that used to be there.
Oh, what? There's nothing there anymore.
No,
well,
but
there's some stuff.
But it wasn't but he didn't do shit because he failed his Novit.
You're ruining it.
He took
Spoiler alert.
He took a wound.
Jeez.
And he fired at the wave serpent and didn't do shit.
Nova charge failed.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
So
Why? I know.
these two guys fired at the wave serpent and did a pin, and then I rolled a 5 and because they're AP1
And Tank Hunter.
and Tank Hunter, which helps a lot because of the formation. That shit exploded,
I rolled a 1 for my cover save,
which was awesome.
which is good. Which is good for him because I had a 2-up save because of Hollow Fields and Night Fighting and Jink. So
Yeah, but we forgot that these guys have Night Fight.
Right.
So you would have needed a 3.
would have needed a 3, roll a 1,
Yeah.
would have failed regardless of that.
He blew up anyway.
Sad days.
The guy with the target lock fired at the other wave serpent,
That guy.
but he jinked and rolled a 6 for his cover save, so he's fine. And then the Riptide moved back behind the ruins for his thrust move. Fire Warriors did a useless pot shot at the Wraith Knight. Did nothing.
Sound effects for you guys.
And that's it. So,
Yeah, let's
it
go to the
is
objective
officially
thing.
the end of turn 1. So I'm going to need to add up our Maelstrom objectives.
So we actually did this in the middle because we're dumb and new to this.
But we're doing it right now.
Yeah, so these don't actually count, these ones here.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay. So are you holding objective 2?
I am. That's
You
this
are.
wave serpent here.
Okay.
Holding 2.
Boom. So that's a point right there. Okay. And what is 6? Have 3 of your own and no enemy scoring units at least partially within 12 inches of your deployment.
Which I believe I still do because my Spirit Seer in here is holding down the fort within
Yes.
12. This unit here is obviously within 12, and this guy we already measured was within 12 still.
That is officially
So
3 units. So you also score
Six.
number 6. As for me,
which is this one here. 3 of your own and no enemy scoring units at least partially within 12 of your deployment.
so I had 4 and 6, which is have more scoring units at least partially within no man's land than your opponent.
And we rolled for this
And
earlier, but
no man's land is
Like, whoa.
your deployment zone, right? Isn't that what no man's land is?
no man's land is the 12 inches between deployment zones.
Okay,
Yes,
so I only have 1 unit in no man's land.
which is these Fire Warriors.
Yeah. And you have 1 being the Wraith Knight.
Towing in. That's a War Machine reference for you
Yeah.
guys. Towing into that zone.
Going in. So I fail at that one. Hooray. And then have 3 of your own and no enemy scoring units at least partially within 12 inches of your deployment edge. I do have that. I've got Fire Warriors, Riptide, and Broadside.
Basically, this whole unit over here, when you go for a field trip, basically this whole unit over here, 3 units. Actually, this is 4 units hanging out within 12.
4 units.
Yeah.
Okay, so I score that one.
Ooh, blurriness.
And then, let's see, what else? Bombard got first blood because my broadsides ran off the table.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So right now, Bombard is up 3-1.
3-1.
And then we both have 1 point on killed purging alien.
Yes, because we both killed a unit.
So 4-2. Bombard's winning 4-2.
Yep.
All right. See ya.
All right. See you in turn. Well, you'll know. You'll know.
Here we are at turn 2.5. Bombard just finished his turn. You want to tell us what happened?
Yeah. So basically, it was a less exciting turn this turn than last turn. We basically just did some crazy movement. Actually, not even that crazy. What did we do? We moved these guys up. Wink. They were here, and then they moved up 6 there. These guys disembarked over here because we did the LVO Maelstrom format again, and we'll get to that here in a second after probably Duns' turn. So yeah, we disembarked here, got out 6 inches to just kind of hold the line back here. Spirit Seer stayed put in that building. Wraith Knight moved up to get better shots. And the jet bikes, which are over here now, started out like here-ish. On this like far cross street or whatever.
They flat outed it.
Yeah, and then later on they flat outed there. Then we went to Psychic Phase. We cast some Psychic Shriek on the Fire Warriors here, killed 2 guys. Oh, that's a leadership check on them.
Oh, let's do that now.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, these guys are leadership 7, and they pass. All right.
God, broadsides. Why can't you roll like that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Psychic Shriek took 2 guys out there. Then the spirits here went on to cast invisibility on this unit. They are invisible now, but he did perils and took a wound. Roll a 3, which is get rid of warp charges. But that was the end of the psychic phase, so it didn't really matter there. He did take a wound. This guy tried to cast invisibility on the Wraith Knight, but he failed. And I think that was it. Oh no, the Warlock cast Conceal on that unit there, and they flat out in the shooting phase.
So they have a mean ass cover save now.
They have a really good cover save. They have a 2-up.
Yeah.
So in the shooting phase, these guys flat out over here. The Wraith Knight shot the Riptide, put 2 wounds on him, even through his cover save.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Some really bad rolling.
Yeah.
I got witness.
And then the Wave Serpent, it was conservative this time. I kind of want to keep my shield on for this turn. So the Scatter Laser shot, and I think got a couple of wounds on the broadsides, but they saved both.
But I saved them.
And then he's actually going to keep the Serpent Shield on for this turn, so he didn't fire that. These guys, Battle Focus, ran over here. They didn't shoot anything, so I guess Battle Focus is irrelevant. And these guys ran like 3 inches. And that was my turn. Not really a whole lot happened. Killed 2 Fire Warriors, put 2 wounds on Earth.
All right, so it's the end of turn 2. The Tau turn.
Good turn.
Biggest thing that happened was Commander Oprah and his unit came in. Did not scatter because of the Warlord trait, which was great.
Nice rhyme.
Yep.
The guy with the fusion blasters has a target lock, so he shot at the Wave Serpent and did nothing.
No, he glanced
He
in.
did a glance?
Did glance.
Okay. Fantastic. And then the rest of the squad, burst cannons and drones, who had poison thanks to a campaign bonus.
BaphometSector.com.
Yeah.
Right there again.
Killed the Wraith Knight. So that was huge.
Yeah, they shot into him a lot and killed him.
Yeah. Otherwise, nothing really happened. I think the Riptide moved out, and then I think I forgot to shoot with him. and then he moved back. And
He was just trying to see what was going on.
Yeah, he just wanted a better.
real bit.
Yeah, he wanted another vantage.
So among when the Wraith Knight died to cheers of adulation and high fives from the peanut gallery, he was interested in seeing what was going on, so he just popped out.
Yeah.
He was like, "What? What's going on over there? Why is everyone so happy?"
These guys are invisible, so no one even bothered shooting at them.
Yeah, they're invisible.
The rail rifle broadside shot at the Wave Serpent, but you jinked everything.
You only hit me once, I think.
Okay.
And so yeah, I only passed 1 jink, but that's all I needed.
Which is insane because they're twin linked. Well, whatever. So
I don't really remember.
You have 2 more hull points.
Yeah, I've got 2 whole points left. The reason this got through is because it actually ignores my cover save because of your
Because of what's it called?
the tracker thing, isn't it? Or
Whatever the fuck Batman belt.
something? It's a Tau upgrade thing.
It's a crazy towel.
Yeah, basically it allows. Basically, what he does is it allows the unit that he's in to ignore cover,
and reroll the hit.
reroll to hit, and then there's another thing that allows you to reroll to wound, which is the monster.
Okay.
The engram. I
So
guess.
for the PureTide Engram neurochip, I chose Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so you got to
I
reroll to wound.
specifically wanted to kill the Wraith Knight because it's your warlord,
Right.
and it's a huge threat.
Yeah.
So for Maelstrom objectives,
Huge throw.
I rolled
Tremendous.
4 and 6 again.
Which is these things.
So
And the strap.
so I did not score number 4.
I don't even know where I'm looking at.
Oh, wait a minute. No Man's Land is just outside my deployment zone. What the fuck is No Man's Land?
No Man's Land is a 12-inch space
24
between the 2 spots.
Okay.
Or yeah, 24.
Wait. Number 4. Have more scoring units.
within no man's land than your opponent.
Which I do.
Which you do. You
So
score.
I've got the Fire Warriors and I've got the Crisis Suits.
Yep. And I only have the Wraith Knight unit.
Indeed.
Okay, so I score number 4.
That rhymed.
And then number 6, have 3 of your own and no enemy scoring units within 12 inches of your deployment. So I do not get that one.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Oh, because I'm in your deployment.
because these 2 dickheads
That's right.
are in my deployment zone.
Touche. Touche.
Okay.
They're winning.
However, I did get Warlord.
Yes, you did.
And I'm up 1 on Persian Alien kill points.
So what's your total so far?
I have no idea.
Well, that's not
Calculate it.
Pretty bad at mathematics.
That's cool.
Mathematics. We're just gonna wing it at the end. We're just gonna like
We'll add up everything at the
we'll
end.
paper rock scissors to see who wins.
It'll be more dramatic that way.
Cool, Rochambeau.
Yeah,
All
there you
right. Well, there's the turn.
For those super paying attention at home, you probably know.
That's
Because we've been
right.
spelling everything out, but
Yeah.
Anyways,
we'll do it at the end.
But let's be honest, no one cares.
No one's gonna be doing that.
no one cares. Eldar up next. Let's see what
And
happens.
if you are doing that, get back to work. Stop paying attention to us.
Or if you're unemployed, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah,
Good job.
just do what you know.
Yeah, maybe after this go. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Okay, so here we are at turn 3.5. Bombard, you want to run down what happened?
Yeah, so not a whole lot actually. I moved these guys over to. We're trying to take out this new unit here that came down. I pivoted the Wave Serpent, moved the Dire Avengers up. Basically, everyone tried to focus on hurting them a little bit. These guys moved up, and then the Spirits here just stayed in there because there's not really much else he is useful for. Psychic Phase, I cast Psychic Shriek, I think 3 different times on this unit.
Yeah.
Killed a couple of guys, I think 2 of the Psychic Shrieks. So this guy cast it on this unit. He, I think, managed to kill 2 models, 2 drones. This guy succeeded at it, but I think he rolled like 6 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
And then this unit down here, he actually...
You got a 10.
Oh yeah, 10 exactly.
10 versus leadership 10, so that didn't do anything.
So it didn't do anything. Shooting phase, these 3 guys were in range. And they shot at this unit and did nothing.
Yeah, they shot at the commander was closest, but thankfully I got to lookout, sir.
Oh snap! You know what? It's
What?
probably a good thing you didn't take any wounds because I don't think I would have been in range anymore because the drones were what were keeping me in range.
No, he was closest. The drones were over here.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that was really lucky that I lookout, sir, or else my commander would be.
Well, you actually failed one of them, but then you passed your cover save on him.
That is true, sir.
Yeah. So he could have actually died, but he rolled a 5. I think.
Yeah, those Wraith cannons are nasty.
Yeah, they're good. And then finally I cast invisibility on that unit again, which did go off, thankfully. And then in the shooting, I killed 2 drones. Sorry, invisibility back before the shooting started, and then shot. The Wave Serpent shot, I don't think it did anything. It might have killed a drone.
Yeah.
But it was snap firing.
4 drones died due to
Yeah.
various reasons.
Due to various ailments. And then I did blow the Serpent Shield, which might have been a bad idea, thinking about it, because now if he gets a pin on that, there's really nothing I can do about it. But I blew the Serpent's Shield, trying to get a couple more wounds on him, rolled a 1. So on snapshots, I needed 6s on 2 dice and missed. These guys fired into them. They actually missed a whole bunch, or they actually hit pretty good, but I think they failed to wound with all but like 1.
You rolled all 6s for your previous Serpent Shield shots.
And then
You got balanced out with the 1.
Yeah. Once my Wraith Knight dies, everything starts to crumble. These guys are just disheartened now, and they're failing.
That was their favorite Wraith Knight.
Yeah.
The whole wide world.
Brian the Wraith Knight.
Okay.
This guy did nothing in the shooting phase. We were out of range for the Singing Spear there, which is a 12-inch range. I thought it was 18, which is a bummer. So they just assault moved back towards the corner, and these guys battle focused and moved back towards objective 2. Which brings us to the Maelstrom objectives. At the beginning of the turn, we roll for the new ones. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So objective 1 happens to be the objective that the Crisis Batman unit is sitting on.
Yeah, so they're not gonna get that.
So we're probably not going to go up there yet. However, objective 2 is right here, and so we were able to claim that for another objective.
Okay, so that puts you at 3 secondary mission points. And yeah, so here we go.
Oh, one more thing. You did take a leadership test for this unit for losing a bunch of drones, but you passed.
And pass. Okay. So, end of turn 3 is extremely good turn for the Tau. So let's see. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So, Wraith Knight moved out. Nova Charge, success. Nova charged his ion accelerator.
He moved out like here.
Threw out his ordnance strength 9 blast, which hit on target.
Which was like here-ish.
Yeah, which was kind of on this thing's edge.
Yeah. This was like standing up, and it was like right here.
So,
on this edge here.
And got a glance. It had 1 hull point left. So that wrecked that guy.
Rolled a 2 for my cover save.
Yeah, which sucks. And then this unit, the only thing that shot were these 2 drones.
Yeah.
And by themselves, those 2 drones wiped out 4 Dire Avengers.
They got, what, 5 wounds? And I think, or no, 4 wounds, which was exactly the right amount.
4 hits, 4 wounds,
Yeah,
and 4 failed saves.
and I rolled 2 3s and 2 2s.
Yeah. Oh, hey, dude.
Hey,
So
it's David.
because that unit got wiped, the rest of the suits didn't really have anything to fire at.
Yeah, they were kind of just left out.
So they thrust moved a bit backwards, just to be a bit more defensive. And then the Riptide thrust moved back this way about 3 inches. And that's it for my turn. So
Everyone loses a life.
It's the
as
board.
far as
That would mean I would be infiltrating the land bridge.
tacos go,
Okay, let's see if we can. It's getting a little darker, so hopefully you can still see this.
I do not score objective 2, but I do score number 6.
Which is, we've gotten
Oh
actually
no,
a few
I'm
times.
sorry. I do not score number 6
Oh, because
because of these jerkholes.
the number 6 is the have 3 units within your own deployment and no enemies.
Yeah. So because those guys are in my deployment zone, I get nothing. So it's
And what was 2? 2 was hold objective 2, which is right here.
yeah. So as for secondaries, that's a wash for me. I don't score either of those, but I get 2 kill points because it's purging alien.
Yep.
Okay, here we are, turn 4.5. Mad Bombard looking very sullen and
No, I'm not looking sullen.
is beaten in spirit. Tell
I would like to think that I.
tell us why you are so down.
Well, actually,
I don't like reading.
nothing terrible actually happened. So for movement, it's all a lot of boring stuff. We just kind of moved up closer here. These guys moved up a little bit, and this guy jumped through the window. That's probably the most exciting thing that
Yeah,
happened.
that was pretty pimp.
Yeah, he jumped through the window. And then psychic phase, invisibility went off on them again. That was the important one. We tried a bunch of psychic shrieks,
Yeah,
and they all
didn't work.
none of them worked. I think 2 of them went off, but I didn't roll high enough to do anything. And then the other one failed. Right? He perils on that.
So he's got a wound left, right?
He only has 1 wound. It's not marked.
Okay.
He only has 1 wound left. He rolled a 4 on the perils chart, so that's just take a wound with no saves. And then shooting, these guys moved up, shot. Don't think.
They killed the drone.
Oh, they killed a drone.
Have you seen this?
They killed a drone in that unit, and these guys They shot their shuriken launchers and actually did a wound to the commander.
But Iridium Armor gave me a 2-up.
Yeah, but I got one that was rending off on you.
That's true. So Commander's down to 3 wounds.
Yep.
All right.
And that's that was basically Eldar turn. Not
That's
a whole lot happened.
4.5. Okay. Well,
I'm not killing nearly enough to be able to stay
yeah.
floating.
It's looking pretty grim for the Eldar at this point. They've got the Wraith Guard and the 2 jet bikes and the Spirit Seer left on the board.
Yep. And both Spirit Seers both have are down a wound.
Whereas
Perils.
the Tau still have quite a higher model count left. So at this point, it's looking like a Tau victory, but anything can happen. So.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen Thursdays.
It's magical. Okay. It's the end of turn 4.
It's getting super dark in here.
It's getting pretty dark, so sorry about the image quality. Pretty good turn for the Tau.
Yeah, let's look at
So
what remains here. Riptide hanging out.
yeah,
Fire Warriors existing.
still going strong.
Remaining Pathfinder.
These Fire Warriors still alive. Crisis Team is still alive. So
Doing stuff.
what happened? Crisis Team jumped back to get within range of the Spirit Seer. The twin fusion crisis suit fired at him, got 1 hit, rolled a 1, failed to wound. So, boo-hoo. Rest of the crisis team unloaded burst cannons into the Warlock and the Farseer and wiped them. So that was really good for the Tau, really bad for the Eldar. Wraithguard had invisibility, so I knew that I couldn't do much damage to them anyway. But I was actually able to kill one with this guy's smart missile system. So just got lucky and got a wound through.
And I failed my armor save.
Yeah, Bombard failed to save and lost a Wraithguard. So it's basically this unit and this guy is what Matt's got left on the table, so it's not looking so hot for him.
It's going to be a mop-up job for the Tau.
It's looking that way right now. It's pretty rough, but that's 40K. As for Maelstrom missions,
Oh yeah.
so I do get number 1
He's got 1 over here.
because the drone is within 3 inches of number 1.
There you go. It's 1.
So I hold that one.
Sorry about the dice, guys. I know it's hard to see.
Number 2.
That's a 1 for sure. Trust me.
Yeah. Number 2 is way over there, so I am not going to score number 2. Not possible.
Not a thing.
So I've got 6 kill points for Purge Alien. I've got 3 for secondary, and I've got 1 for Warlord.
There we go.
So puts me in the lead.
All right, let's see. I think it's pretty much all done, but for the crying. But we'll. I think that's how the saying goes. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see what the Eldar do.
All right, so here we are, turn 5.5.
5.5.
Bombard just finished up. Tell us what went down.
Okay, so it was actually a decent turn for the Eldar. Even though we're kind of on the outs here, we managed to move up with the Wraithguard unit, which is looking a little lighter now. But we moved up. We moved the Spirit Seer up again. He's been just kind of bouncing back and forth. Oh, I need to. Nah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Yeah. So that's really the only stuff I had on the table, and we fired into the Oprah
The Death
HQ unit.
Yeah, he wiped the Death Star. Yeah.
Well, I shot and I killed the commander himself with a Wraith Guard shot with a Wraith Cannon.
Strength 10, instant death.
Yep, which is pretty nice. And then I also killed a drone in another suit that way.
Yeah.
Which kind of softened up enough for me to be comfortable with assaulting.
Yeah, you only had to assault 2 crisis suits.
Yeah, I only had 2 crisis suits left.
That was an easy win.
So I jumped in there, lost 2 Wraith Guards sadly in the Overwatch.
Yeah, it's a good Overwatch for me.
Yeah, it's real good. And then I did, everyone swung and a Wraith Guard hit a crisis suit doing a wound, and on his backswing, he wasn't able to hurt me because I was invisible and high toughness. So he lost leadership or he lost combat by 1, and he took his leadership test.
You got sweeped.
I'll let him.
Or swept.
I'll let him talk about it.
Whatever your pronunciation is.
Pronunciation.
Initiative 2 hurts when you're doing initiative tests.
So with my initiative 6 and 4, I was able to overrun him.
Yeah, so the Eldar handily swept the rest of the crisis suits off the board, giving Bombard a little bit of a second wind here. It looks, we're still looking pretty close on points. I'm still looking good on the primary. Bombard's winning on secondary and tertiary, so could be a pretty damn close game. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Either way, it's been really back and forth.
Yeah.
Hello. Nope. I don't know. I think we're recording. Go for it.
Hi. So here we are, end of turn 5. Fire Warriors.
Line up, set! Shut up!
Whoa.
We're doing ours right now!
We're doing ours.
Shut your filthy mouth! Shit!
Fire Warriors moved up.
From there.
Rapid fired
Curve
on
right there.
the invisible Wraith Guard and it didn't hit shit.
That's because they were invisible. I
Yeah,
don't know if I had to say that.
pretty much.
Can you fire at something if they're invisible?
Yes.
All right. That's philosophical right there.
So these 2 guys fired on the Wraith Seer because
Spirit Seer.
whatever.
His broke ass gun.
His gun broke off, so I'm sad about that.
He fired and it got hot and it blew up his barrel.
Anyway, they both missed, so extreme fail. The Riptide failed a Nova. He has 1 wound left. And he's trying to get his big fat ass across the table to get line breaker.
Yes, sir.
Because right now we're pretty much tied. It's a really close game, and every point counts. So
Every point counts. Yes, sir.
so I'm gonna try to get line break.
Oh, what was your Maelstrom rolls?
Okay. So I got a 2 and a 5.
Here?
Hold objective 2, which I'm not gonna get
Which, as you know, it's
because it's way over there.
in my territory.
So a bit of bad luck there. And then I got 5. Have a scoring unit within your opponent's deployment edge. So,
Which could have been the Riptide.
which I did try to Nova to 46 my ass across the table and failed that shit. So
Needs to lay off the
bit of bad
marshmallows.
luck there on the tau side.
Yeah.
So we'll go into 6 and see what happens.
Well, do we roll to see if it ends right now?
Oh yes, we do.
So on a 4 up it continues, or a 3 up it continues?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to play.
We'll roll it and see what happens.
It continues.
It's likely going to continue.
Yeah.
All right. Turn 6.
All right.
Anyway, so for my turn, what did I do? Spirit Seer moved up. Spirit Seer in this unit broke out to move over here.
They split up.
Yep.
It just wasn't working, the relationship.
The relationship wasn't working out.
Couldn't do it anymore.
No. And then these guys moved up to tackle the Fire Warriors there.
Which they handily did.
No, they didn't do anything. Which brings us to the Psychic phase.
That's right, okay.
So we rolled on the Psychic phase. Spirit Seer that used to stand hereabouts, rolled for Psychic Shriek on this unit, paralyzed himself, died, but in doing so rolled like 12 on those Fire Warriors,
Yeah.
and wiped them all out with Psychic Shriek.
Crazy good roll.
Possibly the first time that's ever happened in 40k.
Wiped the unit with Psychic Shriek.
Yeah,
Possibly.
possibly. So which actually kind of ruined my plans for the Wraith Guard, because the idea was to move up, shoot, assault, and then
But not
consolidate
really.
out.
Not really.
But not really. What happened was after the Psychic phase resolved, the Wraith Guard moved up, they
Range
were
6
here, but then
inches.
they ran 6 inches. They rolled a 6 on that, and so they actually got line breaker anyway.
Yeah, so you'll get a secondary point for that.
And then in the run phase, the Spirit Seer moved up to the window, rolled 3. He wants to stare out that window.
He does.
Longingly,
He wants to stare out
while Enya plays in the background.
at the Riptide because it only has 1 wound left, and he thinks it's an easy kill point. So we'll see about that.
Hey, Psychic Shriek has succeeded once. Maybe it'll succeed again.
Yeah.
Assuming he just doesn't die hideously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
or he could just know himself.
All right.
Please do that.
Here we are at the end of 6. Turns are going pretty fast now, thankfully.
What's that supposed to mean? Thankfully, you don't want to hang out with me anymore.
No, honestly.
Oh.
Riptide moved up, fired SMS at the Wraith Seer that was hiding in those ruins, and killed his ass. So
He was hanging out there.
good times. So, and apparently these guys are still invisible, even though the douchebag that casts invisible on them is dead.
Matt's sad that there's a rule that I'm not following that doesn't exist.
You know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Why not?
Doesn't work in my version of reality.
Well, your version of reality is dumb.
Alright. So, subsequently, the broadsides shot at them, needed 6s and whiffed. And then that's it. That's all she wrote. Oh, and then I got a pretty good roll for my jetpack move and got into Bombard's deployment.
Yep. So we're both line breaking, I guess.
So Maelstrom-wise, I had 2 and 5. 2 being hold objective 2, which I did not get. 5 being heavy scoring unit in your opponent's deployment edge. So I scored that. That's mine.
That's yours.
Oh, and what else happened? I killed your guy. Did I do that already?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it really matters because you're already winning there. But, and I don't think there's any way that it would not be that way. Because the most I could kill is 1 more unit, right? Because it'll automatically end after the next turn if it doesn't end now. And the most I could ever kill is 1 unit. So I don't think this, even if you mark it, I don't think it matters.
So let's roll to see if the game continues.
Yeah, let's do that.
What do we need for the game to continue?
4 or 5? I think it's a 4.
All right.
Well, we'll just roll.
So no, game's over.
Game's over.
So let's add up what we got. Oh, so I get a bonus for line breaker because of the Riptide, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I went on primary, so that gives me 4 points.
Because the primary again is Purge the Alien.
Exactly. We tie on secondary.
Yep.
So we both get 0 points for that. And then we tie on bonus.
On tertiary.
On tertiary. So
It's 4-0. It looks like.
So yeah, 4-0. That very last.
The game continues if you roll a 4+, but I think you
That line breaker clinched it. That it was all that Riptide getting across the
Well,
table. That's what won the game.
No, because even if you hadn't, and if I'd won here, you still would have won. We would have tied here, so I would have been down. I would have been down 1 point.
I would have won by 1.
Yeah. So it still would have been a victory if you hadn't done that, but you definitely, quote unquote, clinched it, I guess, with that.
Okay. So anyway, yeah.
So good game, sir.
Good game. I have to say I like the LVO missions.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty balanced all the way through. So yeah, good job, Reese. Yeah, this was fun. So, bye.